So hey guys, I think it's time we had a little chat. So welcome to BBYew and just simply be you. Now as you have probably been able to see, I haven't put a video up in a long time. And there is a reason for that, but you know, things haven't been quite right for me lately. I've got some problems in my head, and I guess I just haven't really been mentally alright to get my head around making a video. I came close to making one the other day. Yep, a couple months ago. But yeah, it just didn't end up coming around to happening. But I just want to have a serious talk though about to people out there who do have problems like me. That if you feel that you're struggling in school and you feel everyone is trying to make you be normal when you know you're not, and you can see it, but no one else can. No matter how much you try, get people to understand, they don't. They just say you're lazy, childish, arrogant, stupid. Say something. Talk to your people at school, your teachers, tell your parents, especially your parents, because they'll help you. With me, for how it started, I started to have some really bad thoughts. Well, okay, so this is gonna suck to talk about, but fuck it. I was in a serious relationship, I guess, for about 2 years. That ended almost a year ago now. And after that ended, things went downhill fast. Now, all my life, I've been scared. As a kid, this is going off topic, but I'll be back on topic in a second, just more childhood stuff, real quick. I look really white today, in this lighting. I am white, but anyway, as a kid, I was really scared of everything. I never had more than one friend at a time. And if there were more than one friend, it was mostly girls. Girls are nicer, usually, than guys. Doesn't make me gay. I was in a serious relationship for 2 years. But most of my childhood, all I can remember is being afraid. I'm scared of everyone and everything. The only people I could trust were my parents, but every time they tried dropping me off somewhere, I wouldn't want to leave them because I was too afraid. It was scary for me, trying to grow up like that. Very difficult, especially when my parents didn't understand, because I was too young to even know what was happening with me. For them to understand would have been that much harder. But yeah, I did see a psychiatrist, therapist as a child, a kid, when I was about 4. And I went back there a few times, hated it, felt uncomfortable, trapped. I'd yell and scream, cry. I don't remember what happened, but I do remember this. And it's one of the most fearful moments of my life that I can remember. The therapist wanted to do a test to take my parents out of the room, lock the door with me in it. Since they were the only people I could trust, they're the only people I was comfortable with at all. Anyone else, I hated it so fucking much. They did it, and I ran to them. I tried fighting the lady off that was holding me back. It was horrible. most frightening thing. Just imagine that you feel you're about to be kidnapped or tortured, and you're just being taken away from your family and everything, and you just feel like you're about to die, or along those lines. That's what it was like. It's absolutely horrifying. Excuse me, I'm sick. But anyway, back to downhill. I hit downhill, and I started talking to myself. Talking to people I knew of, there's always been drama as well with all my friends and everything in the past 2 years. So I'd talk to them in my head, what I'd want to say to them, and they'd respond. I can't see the screen right now on my camera, I don't know if I'm in it or whatever. But yeah, there was always drama, so there was always things keeping my stress and things happening all the time, trying to deal with it. But yeah, so that happened 6-7 months after the downhill started, and then thoughts started to happen. I got mad easily, like really easily. Littlest things would piss me off a lot. I have a word for it, and I say that I went into a subconic rage. Subconic's not a word, but it's something I've always explained it since I was a kid. Subconic rage. I get really mad. Really, really mad. And I can't control it. Kind of like the Hulk, if you want to compare it to anything. That, I guess, that's how I see it. But yeah, I'm on these tablets, and that's making me hard to think, so things are a bit slow, but I'm trying. Yeah, I had some having bad thoughts, and everyone always calls me, jokes aroundly, calls me gay and stuff, and just this kid at school joked around about it quite a bit. It wasn't really anything, but because of how I am, it pissed me off a bit too much than it should have. I got mad. All I could think of going through my head was hitting him and killing him and torturing him, making him feel so much pain. A lot. But since how I was as a kid, with all the anxiety and stress I had as a kid, growing up with it, I've learned to control it. Like, I'd never hit anyone unless they hit me first. So if someone hits me, that's when I'll absolutely snap, which happened a couple of years ago. Kid provoked, and I hit. And he went to hospital with minor brain bleeding, so I hit him in the back of the head. But yes. So then, since I have so much control over my anger and my actions now, I took that and I started having thoughts of hurting myself. I did cut myself a few years ago when I was in my 12y stage, but since then I've always seen cutting yourself as stupid and kind of pathetic, I guess. If I ever did cut myself, it would be to end my life, not to just to cause myself harm. It would be an absolute attempt, and that's the only time I'd do it. If I ever made that decision, be to finish it completely. Wow, this is going on way too long. Fuck this. But yeah, if you ever have any problems, speak up. which is around those times I started having those thoughts. I told my mum, I'm not right, I need help, I need it now. Things have been getting worse ever since the breakup, which I realised. Then later that afternoon I told my mum, I told her on the way home from the way to work. Every afternoon from school I go to work. On the way to work I told my mum then, I was getting out of the car, told her, went into work. At my work is when most of the time I will talk to myself because it's such a mind-numbing job. I sweep for an hour a day. So that's when I'm starting to shake, fuck. I started talking to myself around those times. That's what I realised that I was, how long I had been. And I broke down in front of my dad, told him I'm sick of talking to myself, I'm sick of all these things, I'm going to hurt someone, I don't want to do this, I can't do this anymore. And now I'm seeing a therapist, psychiatrist. And yeah, I've never been diagnosed, but I have the worst anxiety my psychiatrist has ever seen. Minor depression. Schizophrenia is in my family. Bipolar is in my family. So I could possibly have those. And yeah. So that's kind of what I want to say in this video. Just if you have any troubles, if you feel that there is anything that you might have wrong and that you need help, whether it be with learning, with people, with yourself, tell someone. Because it's better to tell someone than to not tell them and have something horrible happen to yourself or anyone around you. Which is where the point that I feel like people around me and myself are in danger, I decided to take the action to do something. So I did. Now I have a long road ahead of me to find out what is exactly going on with me, but I'll be making vlogs, videos, which is what my channel is going to be basically going to be now, until maybe, I don't know what my channel is going to go to, but that's basically it. But please, tell someone. But yeah, that's what my channel was meant to be about, though, was I'll use my experiences to help yous, and maybe yous can help me. Or just, mainly it's going to be a diary for me to see my progress of how things are going to go for me, but yeah. I can't change who I am because that's who I am. And yeah. BBYew, just simply be you. That's the saying. Just simply be you. Because you can't be anything else, so why bother? So yeah guys, that's it. Tell someone if you feel the need. That's my story. One of them. But yeah, I guess I'll see you in my next video. Bye.